And growing up, I didn't have a father for real, and I always would say, "Yo, when I get a chance, I'm gonna be there for my kid." But I just never knew it would look like this. So it's tough, but I'm in the trenches fighting. And that's why I always just say respect to all my fathers out there because I know it's not easy. So just keep being in your child's life and being active in their life. Don't just be there, but be involved. All right. That's right. Um, who was my man who called in and he said that Ugas was supposed to win? Was that Jay Hardcore?
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
no, no,
no,
no. That
no.
that was Jay and Dykeman.
Uh
Yup.
Yeah,
huh.
I like him, but he picked up the bottle early this morning, right? So
Whoa! You
Let
called
him.
him a bottle drinker. He said he don't drink,
No, but
bro.
see, and that's why I say y'all call me mean when I make those suggestions.
You as a whole should not.
But there's reasons, there's indicators there.
Uh-oh, Jonathan. That looks like we got our guest. Yes, it is.
okay, yeah, come back to me.
Champ, what up with you?
What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Perfect, perfect. How are you, man? We're live with Gabe Rosado, man. Gabe, how are you?
Chilling, bro. I'm in Puerto Rico right now. Just enjoying
Damn,
my time out here.
that's beautiful, man. I love Puerto Rico. What part you in?
I'm in San Juan.
Okay, that's the capital.
Yeah,
Nice, nice,
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
How
man.
is everything over there after the hurricanes? Is it like back to
No,
normal?
yeah, it's good. It's back to normal. You know what I mean? It just it was a flood that hit not so long ago, but I mean, it was everything's back to normal.
Bro, before we get into it, I just want to take a moment to say that I appreciate you so much. I bring you up so much, man. You're like the essence of this sport, you know? I
Yeah,
remember, I tell people all the time, I remember you taking that Alfredo Angulo fight on short notice, still working, I believe, at Home Depot, bro.
yeah, yeah.
And look at you now, living in fucking Puerto Rico, got a gym in fucking California. You one of the, toughest, baddest fighters out here. And you said you was retired, but you looking to come back. You still want that Edgar Berlanga fight, huh?
No, man. It's just one of those fights where I just feel like it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's the old vet versus the young contender, Puerto Rican contender. So it's like it's just one of those things that makes sense, man. And I mean, the thing with it was I was chilling, and Eddie had brought it up to me, Eddie Hearns. You know what I mean? So we're in Mexico. He brought it up. He said like, I think it'd be a big fight in Puerto Rico, and I agreed. Like, yeah, that shit would be a big fight. So
Beautiful.
you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the
Wow, there
crazy.
hasn't been a fight out there on this level since Danny Garcia and Mauricio Herrera, which is another Philadelphia fighter. How does that make you feel to be able to bring another big fight with a big network to La Isla?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's the thing, man. I feel like right now you don't really have two Puerto Rican names that can do that in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just an opportunity where even though I retired, I legit retired, bro. Like I wasn't, I mean, I wasn't in the gym getting ready for nothing. You know what I mean? So, but I just like, damn, man, this is a fight where I could get up for. You know what I mean? Like I could do this one. So I just feel like it's just one of those things where I've never fought in Puerto Rico. I fought everywhere. I fought in Madison Square Garden, the Barclays Center, MGM, you know what I mean? All around the world, bro. So, but I've never got to fight in Puerto Rico. And I just felt like it was a great opportunity.
What are your thoughts on his rumored January opponent? And is the plan to have that fight not happen and instead go straight into the fight with you? Or are you guys looking to get each a fight before you fight?
Well, you know what I mean? I think I'm getting under his skin. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got nothing personal against him. You know what I mean? But I think I'm getting under his skin, and they called me. Him and his dad. They Facetime me. Like, let me see. I think it was yesterday. Matter of fact.
Mm.
And yeah, man. So we hopped on the call, man, and he was like, "Yeah, I got it January 13th," and I'm like, bro, ain't nobody care about who. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you just fight another no name, no one's gonna care. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Fight like you need a fight like me where it's going to bring back that credibility that you once had. You know what I mean? I think he lost a couple. I think he lost some. I mean, some credibility in his last couple performances. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where I'm like, man, why do that when we could just jump into it right now?
What do you have to say to that? Him and his father. Did they agree or?
I honestly, man, I'm more cool with the pop. You know what I'm saying? Like Edgar a different generation, so I can't really like. I really don't know how to read them, honestly. I mean, but the pop are OG, so I don't mean the pop kind of understand each other on better terms. But with Edgar, it just kind of seems like he brought up Canelo in the middle of us talking, and I'm like, why would you? I'm here calling you out. I mean, on Twitter, on Instagram, I got people on you. I mean, more people's rocking with me than they rocking with him right now. And it's like, all you want to talk to me about is Canelo. And I'm like, bro, what you talking about? I'm like, Canelo's with PBC. You on the zone. That fight's not happening. And I'm like, what you talking about? Like, you didn't really prove yourself to be in that kind of fight. So it just seemed kind of odd. It was kind of like, he was kind of trying to avoid me. You know what I mean? Or kind of try to be nice where I could just stop putting the heat and the pressure on him. You know what I mean? That's how it
Now,
came.
So you don't think it came from a genuine place of them wanting to actually make the fight with you?
I mean, I really think it come down to Berlanga. Like, he's the fighter. Berlanga, look, when you know, Berlanga could just say, "Look, I want to fight Rosado," and he could tell his team just make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie Hearns was on board with it. You know what I mean? Like, we spoke. There was a show in Mexico. I forget what card it was. It was Rocky. The show with Rocky in Mexico. I mean,
Okay.
with Oshaki Foster?
No.
yeah, with Foster.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, so
okay.
this is recent.
yeah. So Eddie was like, "No, yeah, this was recent." So Eddie was like, "Man, I think a fight with you and Berlanga in Puerto Rico would be pretty massive." I said, "Yeah, that'd be big." So once Eddie put that bug in my ear, I kind of like ran with it. So, but it just seems like Berlanga was kind of like trying to like when you try to get cool with somebody and be nice, say quiet down. That's how it came off.
So he was on some big bro shit.
Yeah, it was on that. It was on that time. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll fight. We'll fight one day." I'm like, "Dude, I'm really retired. Like I'm not. If we gonna fight, we gonna fight now. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? I'm not. I'm close to 40, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I got one more in me, is right now. Like I'm not about to just wait. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much it.
But it does look like he wants to go down this January fight. So will you wait for that fight, or if they take that fight, or you just gonna stay retired?
It just honestly, like I said, man. Like the fans was talking. They like the fight. So my thing is like, why do that January fight? Jump into this. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense for him to jump into a fight in February with another no name. Like, let's just jump into let's just do it. Whether it's New York, whether it's Puerto Rico, let's just jump into the fight.
That's what I was gonna say. Can you do it in January in Puerto Rico?
I mean, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like I live a good lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in shape. So I would have to definitely turn up in camp, you know what I'm saying? But um it's one of those things where, Berlanga to me, I like him, but he's not behaving like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, when somebody calls you out, and the thing is, Berlanga was always calling me out. You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, who's this young boy? He ain't never fought nobody. Like, what's he talking about? Right? So I kind of checked him, like, chill. And then he would call me out, whatever. And then we sparred in Puerto Rico. And after that sparring session, he ain't never called me out again.
How
Bro,
long
I'm
ago was
I'm
that?
I'm scrolling through my messages because I'm trying to find that post because you know another Puerto Rican website posted it and it's like pictures of y'all running together, and he's a lot bigger than you.
So look, right? When he will always call me out, and I was just, like whatever, because I was doing fights with Danny Jacobs. Then I fought Beck the Bully, and then it was the big fight with Munguia. So like I was fighting big fights when Berlanga was trying to fight me. So I was just I was doing my thing, and then when I met him in PR for the first time, I just kind of just was giving him tips, giving him advice. I ran with him, we worked out, and we sparred, and I was like genuinely trying to give him show him some love. And right after the sparring session, like he unfollowed me on Instagram and everything. It was
Damn.
weird. Yeah, it was weird. So I was like,
No, like how right after, Gabe? You know.
yo, no, real talk. It was like a week after. It was weird. I was like, I ran with the kid. I sparred with him, gave him tips, was telling him what you need to work on, whatever, whatever. And uh, and then he unfollowed me, and I was like, I just found that odd. So I was like, all right, bet. All right, if the opportunity happens where I could fight him, I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna fight him. And so once Eddie brought it up to me, I was like, all right, bet, let's go.
I
Yeah.
mean, wouldn't you want to get a little bit more time than going on his date in January? Because, man, we are in the end of November. That means you got to get it end of January and then, like, just turn up from, like, the end of this conversation. That seems like a little bit much.
No, for sure, man. But I feel like it's one of those fights too, man, where experience kicks in too. And honestly, man, like Berlanga, maybe you got to prove me wrong, but I honestly don't even feel like I need that much time for him.
Oh, man, you want some Floyd? Give me 6 weeks. I'll fight anybody?
No, I'm for real, man. Like I don't even think I really needed a lot of time for him, man. Just because his behavior, you know what I'm saying? The difference between me and Berlanga, and this is why the fight will make sense in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico respects me. Puerto Rico respects me because they know I'm a fighter. They know win, lose, or draw, I'm coming to fight. Berlanga, he's only a celebrity. He's not, people want to, if people say what's up to him, it's more on the sense of him being a celebrity more than him actually being a fighter. You know what I'm saying? As a fighter, he's respected as a celebrity.
But
It's
why you
different.
think he gets that much love in PR? Because
He
his
gets,
celebrity has come
but he don't
from
really.
being a fighter.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, man. When you got Fat Joe co-signing and backing you up, Fat Joe big, like you know what I'm saying, as far as credibility. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody put a stamp on you like that. A lot of people gonna ride that wave. So he gets a lot of celebrity love, and it's just different. It's a different wave. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like like a Jake Paul. Jake Paul, he gets a different crowd that doesn't know anything about boxing. So Berlanga is just a different attraction. As far as the boxing, it's like no one's really like rocking with him on that sense, but he got that celebrity factor. He's like a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean specifically the Puerto Rican artists, like they rock with him as a boxer, like Daddy Yankee. I knew it, like a few of these dudes is rocking with him as a boxer.
Yeah. Well,
And
you
he's
know what I mean?
getting that love for sure. That's where he's getting the appeal. And so you're cool with doing it in New York City. That's kind of his house.
No, New York's my house too. I headline out there a couple times. When I fought Lemieux out there in the Barclays Center, that was all my crowd. Because you gotta know, like Philly's just a hour and 30 minutes away on driving. It's an hour and train. You know what I mean? So, and I fought Golovkin in the Garden too. So I got a lot of love in New York, man. But I would do it in New York or PR. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I think Berlanga's like his behavior is more like he's just trying to grab a bag. He ain't really thinking about, you know what I mean, putting in the work, bettering himself or whatever. It's more just like just grabbing a bag. And it's like he sees I'm a threat. So it's like, man, I don't want no parts of Rosado. And like I said, man, like I ain't whoop him in the sparring, but I did what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I just worked on what I wanted to work on. You know what I mean? So I kind of controlled the pace. And I know he felt that experience, so it's like, damn, you know what I mean?
Did you feel that you didn't need that much time for him before the sparring, or have you always felt this way?
No. I was on vacation when I sparred him. I wasn't even on training mode. I was out here on vacation, and then he was like, "Yo, can you come give me some work?" I was like, "Bet." And the true shit was that it was Mother's Day. We ended up being in the same hotel. I had a beer in my hand and a cigar. And he like, "Oh
Damn.
shit." He walks up to me. He dads me up. Yo, we still sparring tomorrow? Like, yeah, 3 o'clock, right? He like, yeah. I'm like, I bet I'll see you tomorrow. Walk off. So I knew that threw him off. Like, yo, he's smoking a cigar and drinking the beers. Like I
Kind of
said,
beer
I was.
was it, champ?
It was the Puerto Rican beers, the
Okay.
medalla. You know what I mean?
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, so I knew that threw him off. Like yo, that's crazy. And then we worked the next day, and like I was just like nothing. You know what I mean? So
Champ, you
yeah.
from the East, man. Have you ever worked with Andre? Because I know for a fact you work with the Mexican Monster, so we'll get into that. But have you gotten to, ever get some work with Demetrius?
I love that fight, yo. I did work with Demetrius. I mean, I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good. I mean, I'm cool with both of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Benavides, me and Benavides, man, we sparred since he was like 15, 16, all the way up to the Munguia fight.
Damn.
So, yeah, man, I know Benavides when he was first coming up. I used to do camp in Phoenix, and then
He got a call.
Got it.
Okay. We back.
yeah, yeah, he would he would help me for my fights when I would go out to Phoenix to do camp, and then I went to Atlanta, and then I worked with Demetrius out there in Atlanta for a couple weeks. So it's a really good fight, man. They're both crafty. They're smart fighters. They think, set traps. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a high, I mean, boxing IQ kind of fight.
Now
So
I know. You said you've been sparring Benavidez since he was young, but from the later sparring and from the sparring you had with Boo Boo, who would you say made you work more?
No, like Andrade is more like working on things and it's more of a slower pace. You know what I'm saying? But with um with Benavides goes hard. You know what I mean? From round one to round whatever. You know what I mean? He's doing 12 rounds of sparring. So when I was getting ready for the Munguia fight, we actually was fighting on the same date because his fight was on PBC and my fight was on the Zone.
Right.
So we would just go 10 rounds hard. You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Because like Andrade is a smart guy, and I think Andrade is gonna be like the first. Is gonna be I think Andrade is gonna give him problems in the sense of like strength. You're not gonna bully Andrade around because Andrade is a strong, big guy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Um, but one thing is that Andrade, at the same time, Benavides is not gonna allow Andrade to like set up those counters that much. Benavides is gonna close that gap. Or maybe sometimes guys in the past are like hesitant because Andrade got that slickness where he counters you. I don't really think Benavides cares to, take a good shot just to land his, combinations. So it's gonna be a really interesting fight.
Champ, being as though you know Andre, do you think that he will be able to get a knockdown in this fight? I believe out of the last 12 fights, he's been able to get 9 or 10 knockdowns in each one per fight out of his last 12. But obviously, different level of opposition.
Yeah. Anything's possible, man. One thing is honestly to me this is a toss-up fight. I don't give an edge to either fighter. It's a toss-up fight for me. I think it's more of a dangerous fight for Benavides than it
Mm,
is for Andre. I think Andre needs Benavides more than Benavides needs him. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like going into this fight for them. This is like the Super Bowl for Andre. You know what I'm saying? Where like Benavides is just like, man, I can't get who I want to fight, so I'm gonna just if it's Andrade, I'm gonna fight Andrade. Where this is the biggest fight of Andre's life. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard, man. And I think he does have the power to drop Benavides because it's kind of like the Trinidad Vargas factor. Vargas was the big tough dude running through everybody, and then he ran into Tito. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that Andre has that kind of punching power, but he do got pop. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, um, I got some questions from the people. We did let them know that you would be on. So I'm going to get to that. And I also want to show you the opponent that they have for Berlanga that isn't you. That's the guy that they're supposed to give him. It's like, I'll get his name for us in a bit. It's something McCoy. But have you heard
Yeah.
of him?
I haven't. You know, and look, man, if that's the route Berlanga'S gonna go to, gonna go with. Like, I wish him the best. You know what I mean. When I met him in Puerto Rico, I genuinely was being like giving him like that big bro treatment, where I was like, kind of guiding him and telling him like what he needs to work on and things like that. I genuinely want to see the kids succeed. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a personal thing, but it's more like the competitor in me, where it's like, oh shit, this is a good opportunity. Where it's like I'm gonna rock with it. So I'm more coming at him in the side of like, it's just the competitor in me. I like a challenge. You know what I'm saying? But if he going that route, man, it's like I wish him the best.
I wanted to ask you, and I had lost my train of thought. You being from the East, and now I live on the West, and you moved to the West too.
What? Yeah,
I
yeah, I'm
tell
in LA.
people, say again.
Yeah, I live in LA.
So I tell people in the East Coast, I feel like the sparring, people working with each other. In the West Coast, people fighting in
It
sparring.
depends. It depends what part of the East though, because in Philly, they going to war out there. So like, Philly sparring is very competitive. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it is anywhere else, but I know in Philly it's just, I mean, it's tough work.
I mean, I've been
That's
into
why,
some
that's why you
gyms.
got
Obviously,
that's why
obviously, I've watched you spar.
yeah.
I've been in Billy Briscoe's gyms. I've been in Danny Garcia's gyms. I mean, I've seen Julian Williams and Stephen Edwards' gyms. The Monty Rock, like, yeah, they go at it, but like, have you seen the shit that goes on in Vegas out here? These dudes is fighting. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
10
Nah,
rounds of fighting. And
I've
that's
done
another
10.
thing. They going 10 rounds with the same dude. Like, what are you getting out of that? Why not switch it up? If I'm doing 12 rounds, let me get 4 different guys. Because if I got the same dude, I'm wearing him out.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. I mean, it all depends. I think, like, when you going, I think the rounds like that are good for like when you're starting off like your pro career, you know what I'm saying? um but I think as your career, like, you know I feel as you get older, you should slow down with the rounds, and it's more just working on the game plan, more working on the strategy. So it really depends, because one thing in boxing, you got to test a fighter's heart, and you got to test his mindset. The only way you're going to test a fighter's mind and his heart is putting them through those rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to see if a fighter going to break down. You want to see if a fighter's going to start giving excuses or whatever, right? So
Mm-hmm.
just muscle, just like you training the skill, you training the mind and you training the heart. So a lot of those crazy rounds like that, man, it just come down to just really, you want to make sure your guys battle tested.
No, it's funny you say that because you train at Wild Card when you're in LA, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I just interviewed this kid that came. He from I think Sacramento originally, but he drives twice a week to LA to Wild Card for sparring, and he
yeah.
was in Vegas getting some work with a world champ, and we interviewing, and he's like, yeah, it was a heated session. And I was like, once the interview was over, I'm like, yo, you thought that was heated? He like, hell yeah. I'm like, bro, that wasn't shit. Like, bro, that
Yeah.
shit, that was a regular day. That was a calm day.
Now out here is
And
it's a
yeah,
little bit intense out here. I feel like like I've been. I mean, I just posted Nazim on my story because he let me watch Cunningham's part. Like I've been to gyms on the East where they'll stop shit like, ho, you alright? You know what I mean? Like if a dude get buzzed, and I've also been to gyms where a dude get buzzed and they'll let him get knocked down or knocked out. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? I thought we working on shit. But again, I'm just a fly on the wall. Y'all the fighters.
Well, it depends, man. It really depends, because I remember coming up, my sparring sessions were hard. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you go home, you get rocked, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you have to go through that, man. But when you got seasoned guys sparring, if somebody get hurt, there's no reason to keep it going. That's already a seasoned guy. You know what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm.
got, for the most part, is the up and comers that got to prove themselves. They
you know,
really bang it out. But
I don't.
when
Go ahead.
you sparring if you sparring a seasoned guy, man, a seasoned guy gets hurt, you gotta call time out and let him recover. You know what I'm saying?
Never really thought about this till now, but I feel like unlike in other cities. Vegas, when you talk about boxing gyms, a lot of them you got a public, you got a crowd. You get what I'm saying?
And it's an open public,
So
bro,
I feel like there's more of a pressure on the fighters, and
to show out.
because I've seen it. I've
Yeah,
seen it to where it's like, Gabe, it'll be these kids in there that I know are nice as fuck. And now a certain somebody in the gym watching and they trying to show out. And I'm like,
yeah.
bro, what the fuck you doing? Just fight.
That's true because in Vegas you got the like it's like they feel like they getting scouted.
Yep.
Never know who's in.
Yup.
Exactly.
That's
Never know.
exactly what it
And
no, that's
truth be
exactly
told,
a lot of
Yeah,
it
truth be told, they are being scouted because someone will
yeah,
make a call like, yo, so and so looks good, and they'll get a
yeah.
contract or they'll get a
bro,
B-side fight.
like I kid you not,
Exactly.
it don't matter what gym you at. If you in this city, I know who you sparring, how the sparring went, cause somebody was in the gym and they making a call.
Yep.
Somebody.
Like yeah, that's how it is in Vegas. Where like in other cities, you don't got that, so
Right.
you don't got really nothing to prove. You don't got the extra pressure on you because like when I was in the gym, if it was a name in the gym, it was like B Hop walked in or a name walked in, I'm turning up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's not even sparring anymore. Like yeah, it's not even sparring. I'm saying that's real. So that's really the pressure that they feel is, you never know who's in the gym, so you gotta turn up.
Nah,
Word.
yeah, nah. I really think that's what it is because, like you said, somebody in the gym. Like, I'm not saying we get a guy like B Hop in the gym every day, but
Yeah,
we get guys pretty much every day. You feel me?
Yeah,
yeah,
nah,
So
it's certainly like that. These young fighters, they definitely turn up when they see the names come through them doors. But I got a couple questions from the people I want to get to before we go. David Maldonado, New York City. What's up, champ? When are you gonna fight Edgar Berlanga? And if so, how you see that fight going? Now you've already answered some of that, but definitely not how you see it going.
yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? I really think it just comes down to like, it's Berlanga, like where's his mind at? I would test him out. You know what I'm saying? Like where's his mind, where's his heart at? I think he got the skill. He definitely got the skill. He got the punching power, he got the size, but it's just like, you gotta test his heart.
Bro,
You
he
know what I
is a
mean?
big boy, man. When he came out
Yeah,
here, he used our gym. We had a gym at one moment, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know. I'm like, bro, I didn't know you was this big.
because
Like, he is
it was like
big.
in between camps, so he came to the gym just to like work out, not to do anything boxing. It was just
Yeah,
like
but
yeah.
he didn't look big, fat. That's not what I'm
like
saying.
No,
I'm
yeah.
so.
saying even
Oh
tall
yeah,
though. Like
yeah.
he's a full man.
No,
I couldn't
he's a
find the pictures of you and him together, but even you next to him, you look small, champ.
no. We for real. We like the same size. You know what I'm
What?
saying? So it's
I
like,
wish I could
yeah,
find those pictures. I had them shits on like because I knew I was gonna do this interview.
yeah, yeah. But no, man, it's like, like I said, man, I think the kid, he has the ability, man, to really, really do something in the sport. But I just think his mind is in the wrong direction, man. He caught up with that celebrity shit, and boxing is a sport, man, where you gotta be 100 into this fight shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think, Floyd Mayweather, right, was flashy. He talked his shit. He act how he act, but Floyd is a smart motherfucker, right? Floyd did all that because that was his way of that was his strategy of promoting a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd would front and be at the strip club. He not drinking in the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And then he would run from the strip club to the gym. And probably open up the gym at 3 in the morning. So everybody think Floyd acting up, but he really grinding. Where, what I'm saying, I feel like Berlanga'S mindset is like he's caught up with the celebrity shit and he ain't really putting in the type of work you need to put in when you fighting at this level. It's a different level.
Champ, let me ask you, do you think that the way he started his career didn't help, like having the streak of all the first round knockouts and because that's what he was known for. Like once he got signed, that's all Top Rank and ESPN was pumping out first round knockout, first round knockout. Do you feel like that probably hurt his career in a way, or at
Yeah.
least his way of thinking?
I think the only thing that hurt him was just thinking he could knock everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you getting these first round knockouts and that's great. That's great promotion. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But it's like you got to keep working on your skills because you're not going to knock out dudes like Mungia in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to knock out these dudes in the top 10. So it's like you got to keep working on your skills and your fundamentals. You know what I mean? So and that really comes down to how hungry are you. You know what I'm saying? You never could be satisfied with what you did in your last fight. You got to be like you got to stay hungry and find another. You know, find how to work on your jab, how to work on your defense, how to work on different things. So that's really what it comes down to. And I think, you see a decline in his last performances. And I think it's not really the type of level that he's fighting. I think it's more based on he fell in love with that power and he didn't really work on nothing else.
I have James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. What are the plans once the gloves are officially hung up?
Well, yeah, man, like I definitely want to work with fighters. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with fighters, in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of talent out here, man.
Training or managerial?
Um, you know, I do get the bug for wanting to help fighters training, but it's not, you know what I mean? I don't know yet, man. I definitely think I would want to advise fighters, manage. And who knows about training? I really don't know about training. I don't know if I got the patience to really be with a fighter for a whole entire camp. That's just crazy, bro. That's a lot of
Damn, so
work.
you ain't had no youngins come up under you in the gym yet? Like trying to be, let me run with you, Gabe. Yo,
No,
what workout should I do, Gabe?
yeah, I get that all the time, bro. I get so many fighters from everywhere, from all around the world, hitting me up on my DM, like, "Yo, champ, can I come work with you?" Whatever, whatever. But it's hard, man. Like, being a trainer is like a big responsibility.
That's like a father.
That's like yeah, for real, it really is, man. It's a big responsibility because when you train a fighter, you can't just train a fighter in the gym. You gotta be on top of him outside of the gym. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on him like, you know,
Absolutely.
pretty yeah, bro. When you look at the fighters that are very successful, they're the ones where the father is on them or the trainer's on them. Like if you look at an Andre Ward, his trainer was like a father to him. You know what I'm saying? When you look at a Tito Trinidad, when you look at a David Haney, you know what I'm saying? It's like these dudes they have that trainer that's a father. You know what I mean? So it's important, man. And I don't know if I have the time for that. I got my own kids. I'm married. It's a big responsibility.
Champ, let me ask you, do you think it'd be maybe like one of those scenarios like you'd have to find the fighter to be worth it? Like somebody that you
Yeah,
believe wants it, somebody that you believe
yeah,
is committed and dedicated?
absolutely, man. Because I think a lot of times, man, I think a lot like this is a unique sport, man. This is like the hard. This
Very.
is really sport. This is the hardest sport in the world, honestly, because it's a one man. It's yeah, you got a team, but you in there by yourself.
Bro, I
You
found the
know?
pictures, Gabe. See,
Yeah.
you gonna have to
Let
give
me
us a
see,
face
dog.
off for real. Look at this shit.
No, but you gotta understand. I'm standing. I'm standing.
Bro.
I'm standing a whole foot behind him, though.
All right, look at the. I'm telling you, look at this one, the
Front.
running one. Look at the running one.
Look at
Look at.
that.
Nah, in the running one, they look about the same height at
I
the
was
very
gonna say,
least.
bro. Yeah, we the
What?
same. Yeah, we the same size.
Uh,
Look, even in that picture, they nah, let me stop. Nah, let me stop.
Nah,
yeah,
man.
nah. I want that fight. Yo, that's the crazy thing is, bro. I've been asking for this fight since maybe 2020.
Damn, and
Yeah,
you mentioned them too, talking about ahora está calladito. ¿Qué pasó?
it's like he was talking heavy, and like I said, man, after, like I said, after the sparring, it changed between me and him. Where like I said, he unfollowed me, which I was surprised because I remember I texted him because he had a fight coming up, and I texted him like just giving him advice like yo man, do your thing today, man, stick that jab, whatever, whatever. And then I saw you unfollow me. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, it's just called, what I'm saying?
Shit,
And I
crazy.
got offended by the sparring or whatever. And look, like I said, I'm not the one that's gonna talk details about sparring. It wasn't no ass whooping or nothing like that. It was just I'm just more seasoned. That's all it was. You know what I mean? But yeah, he unfollowed me, and I was like, all right, bet. It is what it is.
I got hella more questions from the people, but I gotta ask because you're a fighter that took big fights moving up. For us fight fans, we put a lot of, I guess, importance on that. So I want to know from your perspective. You went from 54 to 60 to fight Gennady. Then you went from 60 to 68 to fight Gilberto. I mean, bigger names. Beck. Like,
Yeah.
how much is the weight difference for a fighter in between fights, and how much is it gonna affect on Andrade? Like, is he a full-fledged 68, and it's weight not gonna be an issue?
He's without a doubt a 168 pounder, bro. He didn't have to give up his title. I mean, I think he pretty much was just couldn't make that weight anymore because it's like what, like marketing wise, you don't have a big fan base. You're not a high demand, so why would you give up the only thing that keeps you in the game, which is a world title?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you need that world title because that's the only thing that keeps you involved. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he gave it up, you know what I'm saying? I just think is proof that he just couldn't make that weight no more. You know, so it's like why risk it and keep fighting at this weight? I can't make this weight. He's a big dude, bro. He's actually bigger than Berlanga, honestly.
Mm.
I believe he's taller and he's a lot fuller, you know what I mean? So he's a big dude, man. He's a big dude.
You're also a dude that has taken these big fights at an older age. Like, that seems to be the narrative. Like, he's finally getting his opportunity, but he's 34 now, right?
Yeah.
He's
No,
like the
34.
last of that Olympic class to finally get a big
Like,
fight.
bro, somebody called in earlier mentioning his peers, and half of
Gary
them were
Russell.
retired. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You
Yo,
feel me?
Gary Russell Jr., he's like 36. Wilder's 38. I mean,
Danny
Keith Thurman,
Jacobs.
Danny Jacobs. It's you know.
That's wild. No, that's wild, man. But 34 is like it could be prime or it could be a lot. I
How
don't know
was
what it.
your 34? Because I'm sure if I go to your box rate, you
But
took a
see,
big
Yeah.
fight
but
at 34.
nah, but the thing is though, like I've said, that will probably help Andre. Like, he may be old, even if he is old age wise, he ain't that old in the ring because he's had inactivity. He don't got all the fights. He ain't
But
lost.
but
So
but it could hurt him because Benavidez is active. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know Andrade's lifestyle outside of the ring. So you know what I'm saying? It really depends on what a fighter's lifestyle is. I mean, does he party? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Does he train? Does he keep his weight low? Like we
I
don't
mean,
know
he
what he.
posted. I don't know his life, but he posted yesterday like a Thanksgiving family post, and his family is grown, so I doubt he out there partying. Like, he got two grown
Yeah, yeah.
daughters. I'm not. I don't like. I
No,
don't
for
mean
sure.
grown, but like they're
No,
old
for sure.
enough where you gonna be around your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Andrade is the kind of guy that, you know what I'm saying, he's been waiting for this big fight. And he finally got it. So I think we're gonna see the best of Andrade. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna see the best of him. You know, and that's just gonna elevate Benavidez' game. I mean, Benavidez knows this is not an easy fight. Like, both guys do. So I even though they both have big high boxing IQ, I think it's gonna be a banger. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Benavidez is gonna close that gap. And I think Andrade's a mover, but he's not a runner. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna stay in the pocket. He gonna get it. He's gonna get his shots off. So I think it's actually gonna be a war. I think it's gonna be tit for tat.
Champ, why you think Matisse don't get the love from Puerto Rico? My man is a puncher. He caught a body. Like, he's a
Yeah,
champ.
yeah. I ran into him
And
too in
salute to
Mexico.
him. He just admitted that, he took that first loss because he smoked pot. I mean, so respect to him.
Yeah.
What? I
No,
mean.
yeah. I ran into him in Mexico too on the last card. Matisse, man, he's a great fighter, man. He's a big puncher, very resilient. This is a big opportunity for him to showcase his skill on a high level. I mean, on the big stage. But I don't really know why he's not getting the buzz, man. You know what I mean? He kind of resembles Tito Trinidad too. But it could be that he doesn't train in Puerto Rico. He
Mm.
trains in them. I know he
Yeah,
trains in
but
Mexico.
I heard they had to do that because he was too much in the street. He like one of them real ones out there. They say.
Yeah, I heard he got shot. He survived, right? Yeah,
I don't. I can't confirm
yeah,
that, but I definitely heard he was from out there. Out there.
yeah. So it's probably best for him to be away, man, and just get away and just focus. But I think this kind of fight is going to be a fight where it just solidifies them and just puts them in the higher rankings. I think in Puerto Rico, they'll definitely start paying attention.
He got shot a couple times actually.
Damn.
Got shot in 2012 by a gunshot, and then they saying he got shot in 2013 by an AK.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I tell you, they playing them caserillos out there. That shit is real out there. Puerto Rico's still
But
very.
I told you what your man said. Yo, this box. I ain't gonna say who, but this boxing trainer manager. He was he's half Puerto Rican, half Dominican. He was telling somebody like, nah. He like, don't even go to PR. He like, bro.
Which I don't agree with.
He was like, bro, don't. He was telling another
And he
trainer.
lives there, so he
Yeah.
gonna give you his opinion.
He was telling the trainer like, nah, don't even go to PR, bro. It's too violent, too dangerous. He like, go to DR. Everybody about having a good time. The beaches is better. The weather. He like, just go to the Dominican. Don't even bother going to Puerto Rico. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like anywhere, right? Like I feel like if you're looking for trouble, you gonna find it. Like I've been to PR plenty of times and never got in nothing
For
at
sure.
all.
Now Puerto Rico, man, is really what you get into, bro. Like Puerto Rico is, for me, for the most part, is nice. It's quiet. It's my peaceful place to go, bro. When I want to get away from LA and just kind of like get my peace and get my mind right, I just come to PR and I stay out here for a couple weeks. So I mean, it's really where you put yourself. If you in the projects and you bugging around like that, I mean, then yeah,
Champ,
you
you
gonna
ain't
get
never tell us how that feel, man. To come from
what?
where you come and be able to say,
Yeah,
when I want to get away, I could just go to PR. How you
yeah.
feel, man? You've come so far, man.
No, no, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But no, I enjoy it, man, and I'm very thankful for how things turned out. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I'm grateful for it, bro. And most importantly, man, I got my health. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of fighters could retire and have their health and have their wits. So that's a blessing.
How is the gym doing? Because you've had that through COVID.
Yeah,
You still
right.
got it?
No, no, man. I closed it down, man. I just
Oh
closed it.
shit.
But I closed it down because it's a hands-on thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I travel a lot, bro. So I've been doing a couple shows with the Zone, and I'm always traveling to Puerto Rico. So it was just hard to be there hands-on with it, man. So I had to let it go.
Okay. I
But
got Root in the
fun while
5.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
it was fun while I had it though.
For sure.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm curious just about where you come from, champ. Like,
I got a lot of questions from the people,
yeah,
champ.
just have you had like that trip to Home Depot and you've been like, oh shit, like I really
Do
no,
you tell your kids?
I'm
Do you tell
serious,
your kids
bro,
like, yo,
'cause, like,
Poppy
you
used
on
to work
you
here?
in movies, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
like you came from the bottom.
You-
Like you the
you-
definition of the song, bro.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I be going to Home Depot all the time because I gotta get things for the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I actually liked that job when I worked at Home Depot. I was cool because I worked the night shift. So like whenever I had to fight, I was real cool with the boss. And you know what I mean? He just like, he really wasn't hard on me, you know what I'm saying? So it was a cool job. I had cool co-workers, man. So
They should have sponsored you. I remember
hey look, and
Subway sponsored the
my
other
mindset
fighter.
my mindset when I worked at Home Depot was I always had a good energy. I never went to work like with an attitude like, man, I hate this shit. I always had a good energy when I went to work because I knew this was gonna be temporary. So I'll
bet.
just be stopping shelves with the mindset of like, yeah, I'll be on TV one day. I'll be fighting for world titles one day. That was my mindset.
Bro, that
So
was a TV fight though. I remember that was Friday Night Fights.
yeah, yeah, I fought. Matter of fact, when I was working at Home Depot, I fought Soto Carez on NBC, and then I knocked him out. And then I fought Sagu Pao on NBC, and I knocked him out. And then after my third fight on NBC, I was able to quit. It's
Dope.
crazy.
Yo,
I
so
remember I went to those fights live, bro.
damn.
I never wanted you to take the Gennady fight. My man
Yeah,
built his name up. Him in main events, they opened up this little casino. It was popping in Bethlehem. He gets it
yeah.
like a WBO. It don't mean you're gonna get Canelo, but you know what I'm saying? You're in line.
I was
Canelo's the
ranked.
champ. He's ranked. There's conversation about it, and then Gennady comes and offers him the fight. He moved up. But
Yeah, that was bad
yeah, I
management.
wonder what life would have been like had you
You
That
heard
waited.
that
him?
that
You
was
heard,
bad management. That's what
The-
that was, bro. Cause
so the
I'm a dog.
nah, but I hear you got paid handsomely for that
Yeah,
Gennady fight.
yeah. But I'm a dog. I'm supposed to fight. But your handler's supposed to hold you back and be like, nah, that's not the one yet. Cause I was ranked number one at 54
That's what I'm
after that.
saying. I never
So it was like
understood why you
I
didn't try
had my
to
I had my
hold
man
on.
my
Were you ranked
mandatory,
number one at
bro,
54 for the WBO?
win a title. He had like
Nah,
the
bro,
nah,
my man
nah. But
my
I was gonna
mandatory.
say Canelo never defended the 154 title.
okay, but if he stays there,
For sure.
you talking Mexico, Puerto Rico, it
You
makes
right.
more
You
sense.
right. You right.
But again, Gennady was a big fight too, but I just saying,
But
the opportunity would have
Gennady,
been there.
at the time too, Gennady was like an unknown because when me and Gennady fought, that was only his second fight on HBO. So Gennady
Word?
was just hit the scene. Yeah, Gennady just hit the scene. So like he wasn't like, I believe it was like his, no, you know what? It might have been like his third fight, but it
I don't know
wasn't
if
like
it was a second, but
he fight. He didn't fight like big names or anything like that yet. You know what I'm saying? He had just came to the scene. I remember because I saw his. I forget who it was that he fought. But yeah, when they presented the fight, it was kind of like, who's this guy?
bro, I don't even know if anyone's asked you or if I've asked you, but how'd that moment with your dad and Briscoe play out? Because on camera, Briscoe's like, yo, he's gonna cut out. And your dad is like, no. And so, like, how'd you take
Yeah,
it watching it back, watching your father want you to go out your shield, your trainer trying to save you, the blood?
yeah,
That shit was crazy.
yeah. Honestly, I never really like thought about it.
Oh,
It
wow.
just yeah, it just was what it was. Like I ain't feel nothing about it. Honestly, it just
Cool.
was what
Nah,
it.
you were right. That was Gennady's on. That was only his second fight on
Yeah,
HBO.
second
You,
fight. Yeah.
yeah, he
And
had
so
fought a guy named Greg Gores
Oh, no, Prosca. I was at that
Proska.
fight in,
Yeah,
in Turnstone Casino. That was
yeah,
his coming out party.
yeah.
He
yeah,
slept him in
so
like 6 rounds, something like that.
Five.
There you go.
yeah, so that was so really ain't know much about him. But it was a bad move on the manager side because it was like I'm ranked number one at 54. My mandatory was K9. It
And
really didn't make
you already had a network. You ain't
yeah,
need HBO like that, like that.
man. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. But it just and then the thing is, what made it so hard was I was killing the competition at 54. Yeah, I mean, because I was on a crazy run. But the thing was, when I moved up and when I tried to move back down, they took away my ranking, my number one
Nah.
ranking, and nobody at 54 wanted to fight. So I was obligated to stay at 60.
Nah, these sanctioning bodies, it's all politics and who you know. I got Rue in the 504. How satisfied were you with your retirement?
Yeah, I was good with it, bro. I was good with it. Like I was getting ready for Zuldo, and I know Zuldo because we sparred plenty of times throughout the years. So moving up to 75, I was like, man, being that I know Zudo well, I had a strategy going into that fight. And then when he came in 12 pounds over the day to win, it was like, man, it was so like discouraging because I was like, damn, dude, like, they were still trying to make the fight happen, but I'm like, yo, like, I'm pretty much gonna fight at cruiserweight
Word.
because we know what this dude gonna blow up to. So it was crazy, man. So it was discouraging. And then when they offered me the bet fight 3 week notice, and I just ran with it, but I didn't have no honestly I didn't have no motivation to rematch Beck because I was like I already knocked him out. Like what else can I do that's gonna be better than that? So going into that fight, it was kind of just like okay, let me just. It was kind of going through the motions, man, and I'm disappointed that I did that because I really shouldn't have. I should have just probably fell back and rethought it. But I mean, as far as the retirement, man, it was like, I was good with it.
I got Jesse Hernandez from West Covina, California. What up, champ? Is there a specific fight you had that is more special to you than any others?
Um, Shoot, man, that run on NBC was fun.
Huh, that
That
was a
run,
great run.
you was there, man, so you know what I'm
I was
talking about.
there, man. That's why
That
I'm telling you. I've
run,
said it on this show. I never liked. Obviously, I liked the move because it was financially good for you, but I never liked the move
yeah,
because you was in position. It would have been funny to see what would have happened at
yeah,
54 if you would have waited.
yeah. And man, even though they did me dirty, the Peter Quillen fight was dope. I mean, the turnout sucked because the cut. But I felt like I was doing my thing in that fight. Now I felt like I was actually ahead on that fight, and then I got cut in like the 10th round. But just the atmosphere in Atlantic City was crazy. It was on Showtime. The atmosphere was crazy. That fight was pretty dope.
James in Alabama, I made so much money off you. Excuse me, I made so much money off your win with Beck the Bully. I am forever grateful. Appreciate you, champ. I know Eddie keeps saying fight in Puerto Rico. If not there, are you open to Puerto Rican Day Parade, New York City, or Puerto Rico of the South, Orlando, Florida? Also, any thoughts on Shakur's performance last fight?
Yeah, man, appreciate that, bro. Nah, you know what I mean. Like, I definitely would fight in New York on the Puerto Rican parade, man. I think that would be dope too, if we could do that with Berlanga. But as far as Shakur, the funny thing is, man, I was busy that day, bro, so I didn't catch that fight. I saw clips of it, but I've always spoke highly of Shakur. I think he's a really good fighter, man. I'm not sure what was off that.
90 seconds.
I'm not sure what was off that night, man, but I'm a big fan of him, man, and I think he has a good team around him. Good, I mean, like good advice as far as Crawford and Ward. So, man, I think he'll get back on it.
Uh,
Yo, Gabe, I just wanted to just because everybody keeps talking about that Beck KO. That fight, when you fought, it was Charlo Jermel fought Castaño in Texas that day, and
Okay.
I was in Texas for that, and not David Jamal Charlo had a press conference so before the fight, so you were on the undercard, so we were watching your fight at this press conference that's about to start, bro, and we're watching it on we all like fucking exploded when you knocked them
Yeah,
out. Like, and you know, it's supposed to be quiet. Shit's about to start. It's being streamed on Showtime. Like, bro, we fucking exploded when you got that knockout. It was a dope ass moment.
bro, I went crazy because bro, real talk. Freddie called that, bro. I give Freddie his props on that one because Freddie in camp was telling me how to throw that overhand right, and I was like, I remember this. I have a video of us talking about that punch, and I was like, do I step deep to my left? And Freddie was like, no, you stay right there. He's gonna dive in. And I was like, all right, bet. And we kept working on that shot, like him diving in like that. So when it landed, you saw my emotion because I was like, "Yo, that shit worked."
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, that was dope. That was fire.
Huang
Yeah,
out of
man.
Houston, now that you got a taste of commentating, do you see yourself pivoting to that once you retire?
No, for sure, man. I'm doing the show. I was actually supposed to go to Texas, man, and do the Ryan John, but for whatever reason, they didn't fall through. But um, I'm doing a show on the Zone December 14th with Golden Boy. So, yeah, man, they keeping me active, mixing it up with Golden Boy and Matchroom. So I enjoy it, bro. I really do.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Bob Saget says, okay, this is Harlem. I never knew Bob Saget was Harlem World. Okay. Does he have any new favorite up and coming fighters, big name or not? And who's his favorite fighter from New York?
My favorite fighter from New York. Damn. I would say, I would say Serrano, Amanda Serrano. You know what I'm saying? And then my favorite fighter coming up, man, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Man, I really don't know, man. Cause like honestly, like it's funny because when you older, bro, you start looking at the dudes that are fighting big, and you look at them as the up and comers, right? So it's like, I look at Shakur, but it's like it's crazy because he's a champion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's odd, man. But like as far as like a young prospect, I really, really can't tell you. Right now I'm focused. Like I like guys like Shakur, Haney, Tank, those guys.
954 Twigs. I'd prefer Gabe Rosado versus Diego Pacheco.
Oh, my bad. That's who I like. I like Pacheco.
Mm.
I like Pacheco. Pacheco's my favorite one coming up. I've worked with Pacheco since he was a kid, like 17, and he the full package. I like Pacheco, man.
So
I
you've
want
sparred with him
I
since
went
he was
I went
17.
I wouldn't fight Pacheco because Pacheco's that's my young bull. Like for real, that's my young bull. Like, I've been with Pacheco. Man, I think me and him worked since he was like 16, 17 or whatever. And he would come and do camps with me and we do a lot of rounds. And I just got a liking for him, man. Like, and what I like about him is he listens. When you give him advice, he actually listens. He asks questions and he puts the work in. Like you see the dedication, you see the hard work, you see the hunger, and he's just improving and getting better, man. So it's like, I salute him and I like him a lot, man.
No question, just a comment from that dude they hate. Always a fan of Gabriel Rosado. Enjoy your retirement.
World, world.
We got
Appreciate
Manuel who says Ness said you would beat the brakes off LeBron James. How would you see that fight playing out? And are you a fan of him?
LeBron.
And what do you think about other athletes from other sports criticizing the sport of boxing? Yeah, because you seen LeBron came out who he dissed somebody one day or after a fight like, oh, that's the worst fight I ever
Oh
saw, some
no,
shit.
no! It was the Fury and Ngannou fight, and he
Yeah.
said this is the problem with boxing now. After
Yeah, because he don't know boxing. He think Ngannou got robbed. So, I'm like, man, this motherfucker don't know shit about boxing. Won't he
Nah,
get his ass in the ring and find out what it is? Gabe Rosado will whoop his ass, man.
no, the
How
funny shit
tall
is,
is LeBron? Because I don't watch them sports.
6'7", 260.
Oh,
yeah,
shit. Yeah, you
yeah,
can't
big,
fight him.
big
You're going to have to
dude.
get a bat.
But you know what though, man? It's those kind of fights that brings attention to boxing. Obviously, like that's, you know what I mean?
6'9". My bad.
Yeah,
Damn, he big
and,
as
and
250 though. If that
that shit,
helps.
Shit.
man,
I mean,
you
didn't
ain't
you get up to cruiser once? Celebrity fight, man.
too big, too big. But
Shit.
yeah,
All right. So we got Rod in LA. What makes you confident in fighting Berlanga? What is it that you see that's motivating or pushing you to fight him next?
you know what I mean? I think what it is, man, is just like I said, I fought everywhere with Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's one of those fights that it brings it has that excitement because it's the older vet versus the young contender, and it's like everybody knows what I bring to the table, but people are still curious to know like what's Berlanga bringing to the table. Like, you know what I mean? Does he got that dog in him? You know what I mean? So I think the fight sells easy, and it just makes sense. And it's one of those fights where you get up for it. You know what I mean? You get up for it, you get motivated. And it's just challenging yourself. He's definitely the fresher fighter. Obviously, I got way more miles on me, but I think it's kind of like,
Damn, got another call.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep,
Yo,
we hear you. We hear you. Maybe he don't hear us.
Damn, champ. Oh,
So if you're a YouTube member, you can ask Gabe a question on the YouTube members community page. You don't use Patreon. Patreons use Patreon. Members use members.
there we go.
Yo,
yo, I don't know what happened.
no worries. We got you back. We
Yeah, man. So
last. Oh, good.
yeah. No, it's just one of those fights where I feel like I like to just challenge myself, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just obviously Berlanga is a younger younger, stronger guy, right? And I'm the one with the miles on me, but that just makes me feel like, damn, I would like to prove people wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a fight that I feel like it makes sense. So, if this team's with it, then we'll see what's up.
I got Against the Ropes with Dose. He says, Dose from West Virginia. Gabe, you are a warrior. First question, bro. Was GGG the hardest hitter you ever faced?
Nah. I mean, G was a precise puncher.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is like he just like he kind of just knew how to like thread the needle, you know what I mean? He just tap, 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 and then throw like a hard, sharp one. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I wouldn't say he was the hardest puncher.
I got Jordan Gonzalez. What up, champ from Chicago? You're definitely one of my favorite fighters. What do you think of Haney versus Prograis?
I think Haney gonna outbox him. You know what I'm saying? I think Haney should outbox him, control him with a jab. You know what I mean? I think Progate's gonna probably be like a little overly aggressive. I think Haney will just make him pay. I mean, I just think Haney's the better fighter, but Prograis, he's a solid guy. He got pop, but you know what I mean? I think Haney will handle that.
Ryan Fraser in Toronto, Canada. With you being around the sport so long, who in your eyes is the next great to carry the Puerto Rican torch?
Man, that's hard, bro. That's hard because shit. That's just tough because you got really good Puerto Rican champions right now. You got a couple current. I think there's about what 4 current world champions in Puerto Rico. But it's just hard to like carry them like walking them shoes of Miguel Cotto and Tito Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know, man. But Matisse got a shot, but it's hard.
I feel like man, he got to do something to get his name going, bro. Like as a world champ and as good of a fighter that he actually is, he's an unknown. Like I remember when he became champ, he only had 15K followers. A year and a half later, he only got 30. I'm like, damn. Like how the Instagram baddies got more, man.
It's well, but you know what it is, man. Is it's just a lot of it has to do with how you get marketed. I mean, how the network markets you, how the promoters are marketing you. You know what I'm saying? I think when it came to fighters from Puerto Rico, the ones that did the best at that was Top Rank. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I think Top
That's
Rank
why
really,
Xander's where he's at. And
yeah,
so is
yeah,
Berlanga because they were with Top Rank.
exactly, exactly. Miguel Cotto, Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? So, Top Rank understands the culture. I don't think PBC really understands the Puerto Rican culture and how you market a fighter from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? I think like, it's a big deal, but it really comes down to the promoters being on top of that. I mean, Trinidad was promoted by Don King. Don King always had the Puerto Rico flag on him, and you know what I mean, repping the flag, and promoted him heavy with the island. So it's a big deal.
Champ, I meant to ask you this in the beginning, but I noticed the municipal hat. I see you posting them a lot. Are you
Yeah,
working with them?
yeah, 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 man. I'm a part of the municipal team, man. So it's a dope brand that they just came out with their new shoes, Origins, man. So they fire, man. So
I was
yeah.
checking
Yo,
those
that's
shoes out. They look like they specifically for running, are they? Or are they like not?
I mean, you could I wear them to go out, bro. They fresh, bro. They got it's like 5 different colors. My favorite ones are the Carolina blues. You know what I mean? So they fire, bro. They comfortable. Yeah, they
yeah,
are.
no,
Yeah, they got them hookah one soles, so I immediately thought
Yeah,
they was meant for
yo,
running.
yeah. I jog with them too, so they mad comfortable. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, that's big, man. Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg, I know is one of the owners behind it, and has really made it popular. So that's fire.
yeah. I've been rocking with them for like about like the last 3 years or whatever, man. So
Oh
Okay.
wow.
yeah, the
Got a
quality
few
is.
more, champ, and I'm gonna get you out of there. Alex in Florida. Alex from Palm Beach, South Florida. Is there a real possibility you could jump on a show for a tune-up at the 2300 Arena to put on for the people of Philadelphia? Shout out to Tevin Farmer before going into the Edgar Berlanga fight, Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend.
Puerto Rican parade
Well, he's
weekend.
saying, can you get a tune-up in the 2300 arena before you fight Edgar at the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
That's
honestly
why he
don't got.
says shout out Tevin Farmer, because Tevin just got like 3 in the
Yeah,
23. He coming right back.
yeah, for sure. No, no, no. I feel you, man. It just, you know what I mean? That kind of money really, you know, that kind of. It's like I'll
Can't
keep it
get
100,
motivated.
bro.
Can't
I'll
get
keep
motivated.
it, that money. That's not gonna get me up in the 40s, bro.
You can't go for the long run with that type of money.
Yeah, that's hard because that's understandable for a young guy that has a different kind of man. That's like a different kind of hunger, bro, to do
Nah,
that
he
shit.
trying to be champ again. He trying to be champ again.
Yeah, see Tevin. No, see Tevin doing it right because Tev's on a different route. So I understand what Tevin's doing. You know what I'm saying? But like for me to do that right now, it's like me and Tevin are in different we're in different situations in our career. Like Tevin really trying to fight them dudes right now. So
Yeah.
that's definitely different. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, you a far bigger name, so
Yeah. So it's
Uh,
crazy. Yeah.
we got Cutman Scar. He says, out of all the cuts and swellings Gabe has had, which injury caused him the most discomfort in the ring? Shout out
Shit.
Cutman Scar.
Yeah, man. 2014 at the Barkley against Lemieux, man. Detached retina in the third round.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. Cause he hit me and I felt that shit pop. So I took a knee to get my vision back,
What's
and
that
that shit
mean? You felt it pop?
like, bro, I felt a detached retina, like I felt my eye, like I felt that shit detached from the socket, bro.
Mm.
I took a knee because I couldn't see. So when I took a knee, I ain't take a knee because I was rocked. I took a knee because I couldn't see. And then I'm trying to get my vision back because that happens in fights. Sometimes you get hit with a certain shot that it knocks your equilibrium and your vision go blurry. Sometimes you kind of shake it off. And you probably get your wits with you like within like a couple seconds. So I thought that's what that was, but the vision never came back.
Mm.
So I fought through that fight with a detached retina, bro, and it was
So you not
crazy.
even seeing blurry? Is
Uh,
nothing? Is blackness?
you just can't see at all. And
Oh.
yeah, so like, and then the thing is, it was throbbing. Shit was crazy, bro. So like, I would go back to my corner and I was whispering in my trainer's ear because I ain't want the commissioner to hear me because they stopped the
Yeah, they'll
fight.
stop the fight.
I'll just whisper in his ear and I'd be like, "Yo, I'm blind. Like I can't see." Like you know what I mean. So we fought to the 10th round with that. That happened in the third round. So yeah,
Shit.
that was the worst injury ever.
Last one. Dre in San Diego. Salute to you on an amazing career. I got a chance to see you fight Quillen live. Looking back, who would you say was the biggest puncher you faced? I think you just answered that. Did you?
No, I think honestly, one of the biggest punchers was Quillen. Quillen had heavy hands. Quillen had heavy hands, and Quillen had heavy hands, bro. And Lemieux had heavy hands. Quillen and Lemieux both had heavy hands. You know what I'm saying? So I would say between those two guys.
All right. That is all of them. Gabe, man, you are the best. Give out your social media for
But
anybody that isn't following you.
no doubt, man. King God Rosado.
I actually got two slid in. This one is funny as fuck. What do you prefer, mango or mofongo?
Mofongo.
Ah, that's in Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican. Victor Manuelo says, "What's up, champ? What's your favorite country that you visited, and what's your favorite dish from that country?"
Hmm. You know what I mean? I would say my favorite dish, though.
From whatever country you visited, that is.
Yeah. Well, Paris was nice.
Hmm.
did you
I
like the
didn't really like
crepes?
their food though. I
I'm
didn't
like,
really like their food though, but it was nice.
Yo, was it as dirty as
Yo,
people say?
now that I gotta
Hold
ask
on,
this
hold
one.
on,
No. I gotta go back to boxing because now that Jake is really trying to make a play at boxing, and they
Yeah.
gave him, and he's doing fights, not pay-per-view, and you comment, have they thrown that at you?
What? Throwing what?
A potential Jake Paul fight.
No,
It's
no.
Jake.
And
Yeah, Jake.
I actually sparred with Logan Paul out here because they live out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sparred with Logan Paul out here, and I know J Love. J Love is part of
Yeah.
his team. But yeah, me and J Love, we talk and stuff. I think I'm gonna pull up to the gym on them. Maybe Monday I'll pull up on them. But no, we never talked about anything like that.
That's not a bad fight for him. He gets complaints that he ain't fight a real fighter. I mean, you still not a cruiserweight, but I mean, you're a
Yeah.
cruiserweight for Jake.
Yeah. No, but yeah, there's some big. That's a big jump. Cruiserweight. But
Really?
hey,
Even for Jake Paul?
no. If it makes money, it definitely makes sense, bro.
Well,
So
you
for
know it's
sure.
gonna make money. I mean, how do you think that you would lose skill or some of what makes
No,
you at that weight?
but nah, man. But the thing is this, right? Is like, is Jake fighting? Who's he fighting? Is he fighting like a pro fighter?
He
Like
is.
a
He is out of Dallas,
like,
and people know him. He's actually good. He just
yeah,
was inactive.
yeah. So that's the thing, man. I think it's an 8 rounder. I think there's levels, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Jake, when he fought his first boxer, which was what's his name?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury, and then he lost. And I think that goes to show that it's like, yo, there's a lot to learn in the game. So I think somebody like me I feel like I'm too experienced for him. So I don't see why they would try to call me, but who knows, right? If
Well,
they
but the
did,
size difference, though, right? Like you are
yeah.
experienced, but they're bringing you up in weight.
I don't get fat, bro. I'm a buck 95 right now. I don't get fat. So I'm a big dude. I mean, it takes a lot for me to cut down, but I walk around, I'm 195. So I'm not a small dude. You know what I'm saying? So the weight factor wouldn't really matter. But I just think like the route they're going, I think they're trying to really prove and work on their skills. I think they fought me. I think my experience would just be too much for them.
Bet. Well, that is the last one, man. Hopefully, Edgar steps up to the plate and we can have a fight in Puerto Rico. We haven't had that in so long. I would be out there in a heartbeat.
For sure.
Where in Puerto Rico you think it could take place?
Oh, we could do it in the El Coliseo. I mean, that's like the big one here, for sure.
How many that holds?
El Coliseo, I think El Coliseo is about 20,
Okay, wow. Okay.
15, something like that.
You get me out there for sure. What's the weather like
No.
in January, February?
Oh, this is a high season out here, bro. It's high season, so this is the best time to come to the island. You know what I mean? It is hot, but it's not humid. You know what I mean? So it's like in the 80s, but it's nice. It's a nice little breeze.
Yeah, 18,500 at el Coliseo de Puerto Rico, José Miguel Agrelot.
Let's go.
Fuck you, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, Champ, man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank Appreciate
All right.
you too, man. Guys,
There you
have a
have
good
it,
one.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Rosado.
YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.